Welcome to the Alanalak, the weekly Alanalak talk show, which stands for Ani Lo Nivresi Ela L'Shamash Eskaini, where we come every single week to strengthen our connection and emunah in the Rebbeinu Shalom, in HaKadosh Baruch Hu, to become better Yidden, to help us steig better in learning. And this week we actually have a very, very special guest with us. We have one of the Chabadsker Rabbanim, Rabbi Shmulevitz, who will come speak with us how Chassidim, how by Chabad, they work on strengthening their connection to the Rebbeinu Shalom, HaKadosh Baruch Hu. He will be with us shortly. Shalom Aleichem, Rabbi Shmulevitz.
How are you?
Baruch Hashem, it's a kavod to have you on my talk. So take a seat, kavod of Torah, take a seat.
I brought my makur.
Take a seat. Make yourself comfortable. I know it's a little small here, we're getting used to it. Shmooth down a little. Beautiful, let's get started. Oh, who's this you brought with you?
Oh, this is my, like I mentioned, my makur.
Avner.
Avner, nice
Shalom.
to meet you. What's this?
It's for the Yitzhak.
It's
Okay, very nice. I guess, very nice that you're right away, Machamas
It's a
HaYetzer.
schus, it's a schus. That's what we're always here for. Wherever we have an opportunity to spread the light, we're here.
And
Wow, Rabbi Shmulevitz. Okay, so this week. Okay, let's get started. Rabbi Shmulevitz, I had a lot of things I wanted to talk about. The main thing is, I've been living in Brooklyn, in the Brooklyn area for a long time, and I always notice, the Chabadskers, the Hasidim, they have these special things. There's a lot of uniqueness to them, special things they always do, which I only see by Chabadskers. I wanted to know, maybe you can address some of these things. They go to mikvah, they wear bendels, they sing certain things, they do a lot of very, very unique things, which I only find by Chabadsker. Maybe you can address this to the people at home, explain where it comes from, where the minhagim come from, why we do it, how it helps us serve the Rebbeinu Shalom in a better way.
Sorry, I can have this?
For sure.
Thank you.
Make a bracha.
Farotzi? Shakol.
Rabbi Shmulevitz.
So, as you said, it's a large variety of topics.
Is he okay?
Don't do that.
So maybe you can explain to us why the Hasidim, why the Chabadskers do these things, and how it helps us serve HaKadosh Baruch Hu in a better way.
So yes, Rabbi Naftali Tzvi, that's it's cut, go back. Sorry, Rabbi
Yeah.
Naftali Tzvi.
Yeah, you don't have to cut the thing. You just say cut in the video.
So yes, Rabbi Naftali Tzvi, you're asking an amazing question, and obviously this will, if we were to go through everything, it would take us forever. So how about we go through a few of the things, and
Sure.
I'll answer you to the best of my ability.
So let's start with something which I always found interesting. There's many poskim, which in the concept of going to mikvah. So I personally I go to mikvah erev Shabbos, and before Yom Kippur, special days. But I see by Chabad, they go every day. I know in the poskim, there's no posik which holds that it's a chiyuv gavra to go every day to the mikvah. But I see that Chabad, they're really makpid on it. Maybe you can explain why is this?
So it's a great question.
Very good.
Okay. It says, as you know, it says in the Gemara that ein lispalel ela mitoch kavod rish.
In brachos.
Yeah, exactly. No. Okay. So it says that a person shouldn't daven only with respect and humility for Hashem.
You're not talking to an animal,
Yeah. We wake up in the morning and we're coming to daven and we're asking Hashem for all our needs.
Makashas.
Exactly, and we're trying to, and sometimes it's very possible that we put ourselves in on the top priority. We think about ourselves, all about ourselves. So the best way to come to davening would be to take ourselves out of the picture, take ourselves out of the equation. It's for Hashem. We're coming through our davening, we're climbing to come closer to Hashem. Davening is compared to a ladder, we're climbing to come closer to Hashem. So the best way to do it would be is that before davening we go into the mikvah. What's the mikvah? We lose ourselves, we go under the water. We toivel. Toivel comes from the word bittul. We lose ourselves. It's not about us. It's about Hashem. It's about Kedusha, Ruchnis. If we just think about ourselves, then we'll end up just wanting gashmis and only physical things. When we go to the mikvah, we lose ourselves and we only want Kedusha.
So mikvah is like a real preparation how to daven normally.
Yes, correct.
Ain't only the spala. So therefore we have to toivel, bittul. Very, very interesting, fascinating things. Just a question: why water?
So water, as you know in the Torah, has a special power of
Mayim
Exactly. So we want to purify ourselves, and like the Kohanim, before they went to the Avodah.
Hey, hello, I'm Cohen. I'm Cohen.
Oh, can you maybe give me the Birkas Kohen?
Yeah, we'll give you.
Like we do it afterwards, right afterwards. We'll do it right after.
לא,
כן.
עכשיו, שנייה. עכשיו.
למה הבאתי לך?
בסדר.
לא,
אבל 2 דקות, לא?
We'll do it at the end of the show.
בסדר.
So, as it says, the Rashba brings it down actually, that before we go to, as just like the Kohanim, when before they started their Avodah every single day, also a Yid, before he starts his Avodah every single day, he should go into the mikvah to be matar himself. Because, as we know, when we go to sleep, our neshama leaves, and when our neshama leaves our body, right away the opposite of Kedusha comes in and occupies us. So we want to purify ourselves before we start the Avodah every single morning.
So I always heard that the Hasidim, back in the day in communist Russia, when the KGB and Machshamam, so I heard that the Hasidim, they always used to break the ice. So this Indian.
I want ice. It's hot in here. אחי. Simple ice.
I'm really sorry. I had for next week in Bezos Hashem.
חייב, you're joking me. You must kill me. It's not funny.
So basically,
so that's why they broke the ice, because mikvah was so nogea, it was so nogea to the bittul and the davening. So therefore, every single day.
Exactly.
Wow, fascinating things. Okay, moving on. I was wondering, a lot of times I've been to many kinnusim. I go to the Siyum Hashas.
Oh, Siyum Hashas. Where's that?
In MetLife, every 7 years we do Daf Yomi, a Daf a day. It's actually a little less than 7 years. Actually, I was just finishing it, before.
Okay, cut. You're talking way too much.
So that's why we go to mikvah, because that's why every single day, because otherwise our davening is not the same.
It's a kif, it's fun. I was splashing, jumping.
I just took him to the mikvah.
Yes, the first time. It's good to start the morning with water, It's alive, it's wet, it's cold.
I hear, yes.
Yeah.
There's a halacha that cold water is not good for. Okay, what? Another question. I've been to many kinnusim where we speak about, Musa Dashes and Chizuk, but I know by the Chabad there's something called a Farbrengen.
Fardungin! This is what I did last week.
No, Farbrengen. Can you run me through what's Farbrengen?
אחי, אני אומר לך, Fardungin is why I'm here today.
Farbrengen,
If not for Fardungin, I wouldn't look the way I am. אני אומר לך, הייתי בקיבוץ. Farbrengen. I'm telling you my story. I was in kibbutz my whole life. Tiras, אוכלים tiras. Every night we eat tiras for supper.
What's tiras is?
Rice.
No tiras.
Rice, not rice. Corn.
No, corn. Every night we eat corn.
So you guys only made a bari pri adama every
איזה
night?
אדמה? אין עולקים שם, אין עולקים. It's not God. It's not God over there. It's not like this. I was there, I suffered. The tiras is coming out of my ears. אני אומר לך, I'm not joking. You're laughing? You're laughing? It's sad. I was crying and you're laughing? אמרתי לך, I went to the army, ציירת, מטכ"ל, 3 years, I need muscle, הכל. ואז, I go to India. טיילים, jumping around, trees, monkeys, הכל. והגשתי, I feel like, you see this cup? It's empty. It's empty cup. nothing inside. I feel like this, empty cup, empty, nothing to my life, nothing to real, nothing. ואז I'm walking one day in the forest, and I מרגיש, I meet Rabbi Shmulevitz, איזה גבר.
Cover the Torah,
He's my friend, we go back 3 weeks, אחי. הקיצר, we meet together, he takes me, he says, you have to come to Fardungen. I come to Farbrengen. I come to Farbrengen, אני אומר לך, מתגעגע.
Tell the guys
I come to the Fardungen, there's 20 people sitting around the table, like brother to brother. Brother to brother, I never feel like this in my life. We'll sit by the Fardungen.
איש השביעי יעזור.
Farbrengen.
It's one very hard word. Farbrengen, and we'll sit, we speak about why we're in this world, why we're born, why we're doing, what we're doing. It's something real. It's not a speech. It's not a speech that you're learning a Mishnah that a cow hit another cow. אני אומר לך, it's a Fardungi.
יאללה, פרדונגן.
אני רוצה את פרדונגן. It's Fardungin that we speak about the real stuff, about life, how we can be better people, Jewish, purpose in life.
So we have chizuk.
Yes, בדיוק.
Rabbi Shmulevitz, maybe you can explain to the people at home. Why is it in the setting of, with food and mashke, why, we're speaking now, is this a Farbrengen? I'm getting inspired from hearing all this. Is this a Farbrengen? Like, why is it always in the setting with a lot of food and drinks?
There's no food, I don't know. אין פה.
אני אסביר. So basically, a Farbrengen is where we sit together, right? We sit together and want to discuss, right? If somebody owns a company, and there's something going wrong in the company. So what do? They bring all the managers together and they discuss what's going on. They sit together, and each one of them with his own idea, and together they try to figure out they're going to make the company as good as possible.
Yes.
We're all Yidden. We're all here for the same purpose. Chassidim, we're here to do what the Rebbe wants, to do what Hashem wants. And for some people it's hard. So what do? We come together by a Farbrengen, and we talk about it. We talk about where we're holding, how we could grow, what the Rebbe wants from us, what the Torah wants from us, what Chassidus wants from us. And we sit in a brotherly setting, in a family setting. And you want to know why we have so much food and why we drink. So about the food, when we come to a Farbrengen, where we want to change, right? We want to go away from our bad ways, right? But the reason why we're doing those things is unfortunately because we have a part of us, a nefesh haba'amit, an animal part of us. Exactly. So he doesn't want to change. He wants to keep on doing what he's doing. So what do you have to do? We give him the food, so he's happy, he's calm, he's quiet. Meanwhile, the nefesh haba'amit comes right in and like, oh, right, he's ready for business.
Cool. Who came up with that
It's our Rabbeim.
method?
It's our Rabbeim. Our Rabbeim guided us through all the years.
Arabi.
He told us, Ken Arabi. And I just told him about that. I just introduced him to this whole.
יש לי תמונה ממנו.
Ken, in his wallet. He carries it in his wallet always.
בדיוק שכחתי.
So when we sit by a Farbrengen, we're getting the nefesh of the kids full attention. And you want to know about the mashke? It says that before you shecht an animal, before you slaughter a cow, it said they would give the animal to drink. Exactly. So the animal will be calm. The same thing as before, we're going to shecht the nefesh habamis, our animal part. We want to break it as much as possible. That only our nefesh halikis, our godly part, could rule over what we do. We want to keep the animal part of us quiet. I hope that answers your question.
I want to disturb one thing. One thing that was very hard to me for Farbrengens is that they sing a song over there. I feel like I'm a grandfather. They're singing, ay, 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 ay. מה זה? למה לא עושים משהו משהו, like, rockstar, boom, boom.
But Rabbi Shmulevitz, I would like to answer, there's a Gemara in Gittin which says that ever since the Churban Bayis Sheni, when the Beis Midrash was destroyed, so because we're in Galus, we don't have the Shechina, so music makes us happy, so we can't listen to fast music, which makes us in a good mood. We have to be, Morish Chora, thinking about the Churban Bayis. So the Gemara says we're not allowed to listen to music. So therefore, we can't listen to PD songs, only slow, where we think and we cry about the Churban Bayis.
Yeah, it's illegal to listen to fast song.
It's a Gemara in Gittin, Daf Tesa.
So let me explain. A song, Chassidus explains, a song is comes from the deepest place and reaches the deepest place. What is a song? A real song, a real artist, what he does is he feels a feeling and he takes that feeling and translates that into a song. So he's literally a feeling. I can't explain to you a feeling. I can't show you my feelings. It's a spiritual thing. The only way I could give over a feeling is if I want you to feel what I'm feeling. Is I make it into a song. You sing that song, you get that same feeling. So if somebody feels the feeling, beaty song, he's making a fast, rocky song. What is he feeling at that point? On the top of the world, he do whatever he wants. He's powerless. He's unlimited. So
It's my phone. I'm sorry. I'm very sorry. I need the bathroom.
Yeah, Rabbi Shmulevitz. I'm
So-
sorry guys. Sorry.
So when he makes that song, he feels on top of the world. When you listen to that, you get that same feeling. You get that you want to change the world and you want to, and unfortunately,
Connect to the nefesh.
exactly. But if that person wants to be on top of the world in a negative way, then he could tell everybody whatever he wants, and nobody could tell him what to do. So when you listen to that, you get that same feeling. Chas v'shalom. However, when the person's making a million, and all he's thinking about at that point is how he wants to become closer to Hashem, and he wants to learn better and become a better yid. So when you sing that niggin, you feel that way.
Like the shofar is like a cry of teshuvah.
Exactly. So when we sit by for bringing and we want to become better, what better song could we sing than a song that will give us the feeling of becoming a better yid, a better chassid?
So sorry, Rav Shmulevitz. Just one more question. Why did songs without words? You know, in davening they say words to philos, think about the meaning of the words, and Hashem is great, and Hashem does this. Why the songs are with no words?
So, the niggin, because it, like as I said before, it hits us in such a deep place.
Sorry.
Make sure you say Asher Yatzar.
Yes. Of course. Mama.
So because the niggin is hitting us in such a deep place, it's hitting us in a place where where it's harder than words. Like, you know, sometimes you're
Like the
so
shofar, like the shofar.
exactly
Crying.
Yeah. Basically, when the niggin, just like when you have a feeling, you have an emotion. Sometimes you can't put it out into words. That feeling is an emotion. It's harder than words. It's hard to be than being able to express it in words.
What about that? So is that the pshat in the Gemara in Gittin, that's why we don't, because only slow songs because of the churban bias. But I think there's some nigunim which are fast. No, but there's Gemara in he says we have to be marashchara and depressed and mourning about the churban bias.
So the Baba Rebbe explains that because Mashiach is coming any second, so on one hand we have the feeling that we're so. On one hand we have the feeling that we're sad and we're depressed, that the churban bias, but on the other hand we're so excited that Mashiach is coming any second. So therefore, if we could get excited by freiliche Chassidish music, then that's amazing. Because Mashiach's coming any second. Not take away from the fact that we're also upset that Mashiach's not here yet and it's been so long.
So I just want to tell what I understand. First of all, it was really amazing. So all these things you do is not just because we do them or Masorah or Minhagim. Rather, the things which help us in our avodah to Kadosh Baruch Hu.
Exactly. It's not just about our own learning. It's about how everything we do is here to help us become a better yid and a better chassid. That's why.
Oy, חשבתי. I forgot to wash my hands from the bathroom. I can do now?
Yeah. So, so everything we do, everything we do is here to make us a better yid. So, how do we internalize it? How do we take what we learn and internalize it into our own life? That's we have darkei chassidus. We're not just when we're in shul, we're in yeshiva, but even when we're walking out in the street, we have darkei chassidus. We have a chassid. We have our own. That's why we wear a hat and jacket. Our own dress code. With darkei chassidus, we're living chassidus. Not just when we're learning, but we're living it on our physical.
It's a real thing. It's not just a chassidus. It's not just a limud. It's a way of life.
Exactly.
Yes.
Wow. Of course. So that's for you guys, the folks at home. This is the Alanalak talk show. We'd like to thank Rabbi Shmulevitz and his Makura.
Hey, I'm Avner.
And his Makura.
Avner.
Avner. for coming and joining with us, strengthening our emunah and bitachon in HaKadosh Baruch Hu, and obviously that we should have the binyan bayis shlishi v'hei Rabbeinu mamish, and we look forward to seeing you next week on the Alanalak Talk Show.
I can take this?